everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Peyton Taylor. I am a certified personal trainer here to teach you all things fitness and health. In today's video, I am super excited for this one. I have a lot of information that I want to share with you guys, teach you. So we are going to be talking about how to eat according to your goals. Whether that's fat loss, muscle gain, just to maintain your weight right now, I'm going to show you how to do that. So I first want to preface by saying that no matter how much you work out, you cannot outwork a bad diet. Now, that is not saying to not have some Chick-fil-A or some pizza. I mean, because I am absolutely guilty of that. Like, I am not your typical fitspo. Like, I am eating Chick-fil-A once a week. You know the vibes. It's just too good not to. I mean, that Chick-fil-A sauce, come on guys. It's very important to have balance in your life, but also make sure that you're following like an 80-20 structure. So like 80% of the time you're eating healthy, while the other 20% of the time you're just out here living life, having some Chick-fil-A, having some pizza, whatever your guilty pleasure is, go for it. Follow those cravings 20% of the time. So proper nutrition is going to be key. 80% of the time, you need to make sure that you are feeding your body properly in order to get the results that you want to get. Before we start, I want you to answer this question. What is your goal? And I want you to not say, like a little bit of both. I want you to pick one. What is your main goal right now? Next, I want to familiarize you with what macronutrients are. What do they really do for your body? There are 3 macronutrients, so you have your protein, fat, and your carbs. Protein is essential for growth and repairing old tissue that was broken down, like what happens when we work out. When you work out, your muscle tissues break apart. Who's gonna repair that? That's your protein. So you gotta eat your protein if you wanna build muscle. Per gram of protein, there are 4 calories. It's recommended for your total number of calories that you eat in a day that 20 to 30% is gonna be filled with protein. Now, fat. Fat is very important too. You do not need to restrict any macronutrients in order to see goals. I know a lot of people like to restrict their carbs or restrict their fat because they think that that's what makes you fat, but that's simply just not true. Fat gives us energy for daily activities. It's one of our body's energy sources, and it surrounds and protects your vital organs. So like the organs around your abdominal area and everything, fat surrounds that, so it doesn't get hurt. So there are 9 calories per gram of fat, and then it's recommended that fat intake should take up about less than 30% of your total calories for the day. Carbs are the preferred fuel source for your body, so you definitely don't want to be neglecting these. This is what fuels your workouts. So you want to be properly fueled when you go into your workout so you can go harder, tear up more muscle tissues, so then you can refuel or refeed with protein, which then builds. There are 4 calories per gram of carb, and carbs should make up about 40 to 50% of your total calories. So now that we have established all of that, all the basics, we are now going to go into step 1. So step 1 is that you need to determine your maintenance calories. What maintenance calories is it's how many calories you can consume to just keep the weight that you are at right now. It's not go up, not go down, just maintain your body weight right now. In my opinion, the most accurate way to find your maintenance is to actually track your food intake for about a week or so, assuming that there's no, like, you haven't been like losing weight or gaining weight. This is probably gonna be what your maintenance is. Track your food intake for a week. Just eat intuitively, eat when you're hungry. Don't like try and eat less or try and eat more. At the end of the 7 days, you're going to take your calories, add them all up, divide by 7. That's roughly what your maintenance calories is. You can also do this with your macros too, just to see how much macros your body tends to. Now, once you have your maintenance calories, we're gonna go ahead and calculate the macros that you want to be sticking around for your maintenance. So for protein, you wanna stick around 1 gram of protein per body weight. I think that's a really great starting point. It differs based on individual needs and stuff, but this is a good number to stick around. And I multiply that by 4, so that's 620 calories, which is roughly 25% of my maintenance calories, which is 2,600. And we'll calculate my fat. So when I calculated my macros for my maintenance, I saw that my fat was a little bit on the higher side because that's what my body tends to, so I stuck around 30%. Or 85 grams. I multiplied 85 grams by 9 and I got 765 calories. So I'll add my calories from the protein and the fat, together and I will get 1385. So that's the amount of calories that comes from the protein and the fat. I'll subtract that number from 2600, my maintenance calories, to get 1,215 calories left for carbs. Then I divide that number by 4 and I get 304 grams of carbs. Okay, so here is where your goals come into play, the exciting part. If you said that your goal was fat loss, this is the section for you. You should be in a caloric deficit. So what this means is you want to be burning more calories than you are consuming. So you're going to start with your maintenance calories, and then once you've calculated your maintenance calories, assuming it's not too low to where your current intake is bad for your health, you want to start by subtracting 200 calories, and that is going to be the starting calories for your cut. So you're going to then decide how long you want your cut to be, depending on your goals. The length of your cut depends on your starting point. So if you're already at a low body fat percentage, then you may not need a cut and you can go ahead and start building muscle and eat in a surplus. Especially if you're new to the gym, you can actually lose unwanted fat by eating more and building more muscle, because like I said, more calories you have in your body, the higher your metabolism is, and all of that food is going to go to your muscles, into your workout, and it's going to actually help you lose fat at the same time. If you are in a position to where you know that you should be losing fat, you're new to the gym and have a higher body fat percentage, or you were just in a bulk and want to lose some of that extra fat that you gained, then you can make a timeline for your cut. So make sure you don't start too aggressive to the point where it's unsustainable. Around 8 to 12 weeks is a good timeline for most people. So from there, you will slowly start to decrease your calories each week. So drop around 50 to 100 calories every week from your maintenance. Make sure that you are prioritizing your Make sure that you're prioritizing your protein, eating a high carb pre-workout meal so those carbs can go to your workout, and then stay consistent with weight training. That's very important in order to maintain the muscle mass that you already have. You don't need to add in cardio if you don't want to. It's just another way to help you get into a deficit. So if you feel like you want to be eating a little bit more, then add in some cardio. Personal preference. If you'd rather not do cardio, just eat less. This section is super important. If you are eating below your basal metabolic rate, so you're eating at a point where it's unhealthy for your body, you should be looking into reverse dieting. So your basal metabolic rate is how many calories your body needs to function. This is also how many calories your body burns when it's sitting in bed doing nothing all day. At this point, you simply cannot eat less food. You need to increase your calories and boost your metabolism again. So even if you feel like you have body fat on you and you're still eating like 1,200 calories a day, that's too little, and you do need to be increasing your calories. You simply can't. You can't go into a normal cut. This is also a good technique if you were in a very aggressive cut. A slowed metabolism is definitely hard for people to adjust back to their maintenance because, again, their metabolism is slower, they don't feel hungry right away, and also adding too many calories in at one time could possibly lead to excess fat gain. So you do want to be careful with this approach, but it's not too hard to where you can't figure it out. Once you know how much you can potentially be to maintain the body weight that you are at right now, you can start by increasing your calories over time to match it. For example, if you are right now eating about 1,500 calories and your maintenance calories is calculated at 2,000 calories, you can slowly add in 100 calories over time until you reach that 2,000 number. And eventually your metabolism is going to speed up and you can eat 2,000 calories. So start by increasing your intake by 5 to 10% and stick to this amount for 2 to 3 weeks, and then continue to increase your intake and repeat the process until you reach your maintenance amount. If your goal is to gain muscle or gain strength, then you should be eating in a caloric surplus. So a caloric surplus is just consuming more calories than your body is burning. Okay, so once you've calculated your maintenance calories, you're going to start by adding 200 calories to your maintenance calories. That is going to be your starting bulk calories. Decide how long you want to bulk based on your goals. You can really bulk for as long as you want. So there's no specific timeline here. It's just dependent on you and what you want to do. I heard someone say bulk until you feel fat, cut until you feel weak. Then you're going to add 50 to 100 calories every week from your maintenance, prioritize your protein, and eat lots of carbs. There's no need to add in cardio unless you're doing it for like cardiovascular health or for other reasons, or if you're an athlete or something. Just know that this could potentially put you in a deficit if you are not eating enough or if you're not tracking that cardio correctly. Last but not least, I just want to talk about my favorite food sources because I know this can be a struggle for some people. They're not sure what to eat exactly. My favorite food sources for protein is going to be ground turkey, eggs, egg whites, Dave's Killer bread. They got some protein in that. Barilla protein pasta, chicken, and then protein powder. I don't have a specific kind that I use. I kind of just try out a bunch, and there's not one that I like am in love with yet. Now my favorite sources of fat. Chick-fil-A, you know the vibes. It's just so good. So Chick-fil-A, cheese, avocado, peanut butter or cashew butter, eggs are good, and then ground turkey also has fat in it. So those are my, I'd say, top fat sources. And then for carbs, I eat a lot of bread and pasta. Those are my two favorite carb sources. I also eat potatoes. Vegetables have carbs in it, so does rice, and then bananas. I think those are my top sources for all of that. Alright guys, that was it for the video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope this helped. I tried to keep it as simple but also as detailed as possible just to give you guys a starting point. And if you guys want me to dive deeper on any topics that I was speaking on earlier, leave a comment down below and I can dive deeper into that topic. So if you want to see more from me, make sure to follow my Instagram and my TikTok at Trainer Peyton. I post workouts and a bunch of informative stuff on my Instagram as well as my TikTok, and then you'll also see some relatable stuff on my stories and my TikTok feed. So you definitely don't want to miss out on me because I'm just the best. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and you learned something from it. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos. See you guys next time.